Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Burning questions, round 3 of the SEN Track 2022 Inter-Dominion Series is upon us. And a couple of old mates here, Tara, Tom Hogan, and Clayton Tonkin. Do you want to say g'day to each other first? Tara, say g'day to Clayton.
How you going, Clayton? Been working hard?
Yeah, trying, Tom.
Now, Clayton,
an easy week. Never is.
I haven't heard. There's no way that Emma and Clayton have got runners in an Inter-Dominion. They're only any good with age-restricted places. Haven't you heard? They can't possibly have runners here, Tara. So I don't even know why we got Clayton on. Surely he's got no runners. What do you reckon?
He's got a few that can win.
Yeah, he'll have half the field in the final. Andy Gath, how are you, co-host?
Just lost him.
Yeah, he didn't. I think I offended him with the co-host thing. He just wants to be a guest. Andy, now I've got to admit him somehow. He's disappeared. Andy, where are you, Andy? He'll be back in a moment. We'll admit him when he wants to come around. Let's go straight off the top without any questions before Andy gets here. Clayton, who is your best chance of winning the Inter-Dominion?
I think act now myself.
What does Emma reckon? Because you normally disagree somehow. I don't know how this happens, but you've got different favourites.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't really, spoke to her too much about it, but I know she loves Macdan. So, and if you're asking Sam, he'll say Honolulu Bay. So it's one of the things where it's just a personal choice, I think.
It's normally not that hard to get a guide on what Emma is about on burning questions because she's right beside you and sometimes interjects just with a couple of words, just like when I call you in the car. It's normally a three-way conversation. We need a conference call. Tara, we'll get to your tip in the final later, but who do you think Clayton Tonkin and Emma Stewart's best chance of winning the Inter-Dominion is?
Yeah, I'm with Act now. It draws the front. It draws the front and to lead. He'll be probably a 2-1 favourite, but if he draws out the back, he could be 10-1. The barrier draw will get down to all their chances, and we won't know that until Saturday night or whenever they're going to do it.
Monday night, we're going to do it at Albert Park, Tara. So we'll live stream it for you.
That'll be good.
No doubt I won't be on stage, so I'll just hold the phone up and the big boys can tell you what's going down with the barrier draw. Hey, great to have you with us, Andy Gath.
Yeah,
you had the clearest reception of all. I called you a co-host, and you dropped out immediately.
Had to go somewhere. Today's technology, that's what happens, unfortunately.
You're normally pretty good at it. Let's start the burning questions. There's 5 of them. Number 1, will Candyman hold lead with Just Believe and park the bolt? Or will he wait till next weekend before he goes for gold? Tara, Tom Hogan, I'm interested in your thoughts first of all.
Well, I can't see why he wouldn't want to lead. He's got out good the other night. He's led his last 2. I think he can go for the trio and lead all the way myself. I wouldn't be handing up. But anyhow, they're both in the final, these horses. Just Believe and Bolt for Brilliance. If they run last and second last, it won't matter. They've got very high points. But yeah, I think Just Believe will try for a lead all the way.
Who are you tipping in the race?
Just Believe.
Oh, my dear Lord. That was a bit unexpected.
Yeah, but not much between them. I mean, not much between them.
Clayton, if you were instructing one of your subservient drivers to do something in this race and you had Just Believe, what would you be telling them to do?
I think that he should be taking the trail on the other one, to be honest. The way he went in Shepparton the other night when he locked wheels around the turn and that, the New Zealand horse, he seems like he's got a lot of gears. Like for him to get as close as he did the other night after getting checked on the turn, half locking up, he savaged the line and, he seems like he's got a massive motor.
Right, it's 1-1 at this point. Tara's gone lead. Clayton's gone trail. I know what I'm going to say, Andy Gath. What have you got for us?
Yeah, I think he should be holding the lead. I think he should be finding out whether he's good enough to hold Alpha Brilliance out and see going into the final whether he's good enough to do it. And I know Lock Wheels Alpha Brilliance, but I did trot rough before at Lock Wheels, and I think that's a little bit of concern for me going forward that the horse might struggle a little bit with our tracks, especially out wide. Sorry?
You're only hoping for Majestuoso.
Well, I'm looking for any excuses I can find, but I notice he wears flip-flops in front. He's got pads behind, so hopefully the traction really that he jars up. So, yeah, but I know, he did so much the line. He went terrific, and we know how good he is. But, Greg will just be gifting his opposition, the main opposition, an easy run, and, won't know going into the final whether he's good enough to hold him out and beat him. So I reckon he should be holding the lead. That's my opinion. So see what happens.
This makes me sick, but I agree with every single utterance Andy Gath just opined out of his little gob. Yep, I would be holding lead. So basically that's 3-1, but it's Clayton Tonkin, so he's got 3 votes. So that was a tie. 3-all, lead or trail. I'm still tipping Bolt for brilliance. I'm guessing Clayton, you just think he's on another level.
I do. I just the way, the only concern I've got sort of with him, is a change of driver this week. Josh is driving him, and I don't know if he knows the horse. I sort of don't do the form with the trotters that much. And like Tony Hurley is a legend, so it's sort of, that's the only sort of query I've got with it. If he's familiar with the horse or not.
Who are you tipping, Andrew?
Just below.
Well, it's 2-all there, and again, Clayton's got extra points, so it's Bolt for brilliance. Right, question number 2. Can Madge reclaim his rep with Monster Triumph on night 3? And if he belts them well enough, can he still win ID? Andy Gath, you were confident last week. We need to win here. We need to win, and we need to win impressively. Will he do it?
I think he'll lead and win. I haven't been ecstatic with his 2 performances. I think they've been quite good. I probably hurt a little bit going into the series, a little bit underdone. He's just been like a horse that's sort of run out of condition the last 100 metres. Saying that, he's come through the series really good. He's jumping out of his skin. I'm really happy with him. Done a little bit in between runs here. I expect that he's going to be another level improvement here, and he needs to improve. We know that. We're giving away a little bit to the others at this stage. So we've still got a few weapons there that we can improve him. But if he can't win this heat, there's no way he can win the final.
So I'm not giving away state secrets. Maybe I am. We messaged during the week, and you said you're taking the gloves off, and I'm like, the horse is running 3 times in a week, but you can still take the gloves off in between a Tuesday and Saturday run.
Well, probably. We've done a little bit with him today, actually, but we'll see how he goes this Saturday. But, we might work him pretty solid next week, I'd say, going into the final. I
can report from a pre-BQ conversation that Tara Tom believes that Majestuoso will be winning as well. Just leads and wins. Easy money, Tara?
Yeah, I think he gets his chance here. He's down in class, and he looks the leader to me. And
just lost Tara for a moment. I tell you what, though, if you have to be frozen in a pose, that's not the worst one, is it? I mean, we've all had worse. Tara will return, hopefully, in just a moment. Clayton, you don't have to be nice here. That's not what Burning Questions is about. If you think Majestuoso can't win the Inter-Dominion, tell us right now.
No, I think you can. I do. I think he's a great little horse, and he should win this week and sort of get his confidence back. And barrier draws are everything around Melton. So if he gets a good alley and a few of the better ones get drawn out the back, and I still think he's a live chance of winning the final.
Do you think he's a better chance than Just Believe and Queen Elida, or about on the same level behind Bolt for Brilliance?
I'm not sure.
I'm adding Burning Questions here.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing in other ones.
She needs a good trip. The other horse is pretty versatile, Just Believe. I'd probably go with Majestuoso. He's been the benchmark for a fair while.
Tara, you were halfway through a compelling oratory, and then you froze up. Yes, Majestuoso lead and win easy money?
I think so. He's down in class, and he gets his chance here. I think he'll cross over and lead. And as Brittany said, he'll be leading at the winning post with 2 to go, and they'll be leading at the winning post when they hit the line, hopefully. I've launched into him at the $2 and then went again just before at the $1.80.
Can he win the actual Inter-Dominion final, Tara?
No, he'd have to draw a good barrier and have a good run. But he's definitely still a top 4. I just think the other couple a little bit in front of him, but maybe Andy's got a trick up his sleeve with improvement over this week and and then another week into the final.
He trains okay, the kid. He's only young and emerging, but he's got a little bit of talent.
Not many better.
I'm predicting with a bullet for Andy Gath. I think he's going to really achieve something in this game. Question 3 of the burning questions. Clayton, Honolulu Bay has proven he's the real deal, but will the longer trip at G be his Achilles heel? Now, is Sam within earshot? Because if you say that Honolulu Bay might get beaten this week, you and Sam might come to blows. I think Sam would probably come off second best, but talk us through it.
Yeah, no, I don't think the 2,500 will worry him too much. I think he'll be very hard to beat again. He's pulled up terrific through the series, and it's not an overstrong heat. I know Greg's horse is drawn inside us again, but I think he'd be really hard to beat.
Did you, when you got hold of Honolulu Bay, did you think that he was an Inter-Dominion horse?
I thought he was just a speed horse, to be honest, when we first. But when we started working him, some of the sectionals he could run, I was like, he can really go, Because originally we had him as a 2-year-old, and he was our best 2-year-old, and then we lost him, and then he come back. So we always knew he had a lot of ability.
Are you working for a plumbing business on the side, Clayton? With the success that you're having, I don't know why you'd need to take a second gig, but I take about 9. If you are, that's good.
Yeah. Plum tech.
Clayton Tonkin, if you need your pipes fixed, Clayton Tonkin's your man. Tara, your thoughts on Honolulu Bay? Even though I've got the utmost respect for this man in the top right corner of Burning Questions, I have my doubts. 3 runs in a week, 25.70. I think he can get beaten this week. I'm not saying that means he can't win the final, but I've got my doubts this week. What do you reckon?
I think Elton Orlando across myself. Honolulu Bay comes across and finds a lead, and not many tacklers. The 25.70 may be a concern, but I think he'll get it pretty comfortable in front and be too good.
It worries me, Tara. Our maps are normally the same. Our thoughts are normally the same. I thought Torrid State might be able to hold. Alto Orlando and maybe Better Eclipse might be able to get the front, but I'm probably wrong because it's Tara Tom Hogan. I'm just a bloke off the street. Tara Tom Hogan's a legend. Right, Andy, your thoughts, please.
Yeah, every time he races Honolulu Bay, everyone's always looking for reasons why he can't win. Drawn poorly, races too far, races too short, but he keeps getting the job done.
You're talking to me, aren't you? You're saying me. All right, fair enough. Keep going.
I think everyone in general, for some reason, they always find a reason why this horse can't win, and he finds ways to win when he shouldn't be winning. And he's only had the 31 starts, and I think he's just getting more season with the more starts he's had. So, his 2 runs throughout the series have been as good as anything, and definitely going to be the one to beat here. 25.70 doesn't mean too much if they don't go too hard, and there's probably not a lot of depth in the race, so it's not going to be a fast run race. So, $1.55 is probably a touch short, I'd say, from the draw. But I still think he's good enough to get the job done, and he's going to be a live chance in the final.
The only thing I reckon, Clayton, people underrate his gate speed. He could fly it if you wanted him to. But it's actually not flying out with him that's getting him where he's at now, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think letting him buzz off the gate suits him, to be honest. No. I think if you don't buzz him off the gate, you can drive him a lot harder. I think we'll just be letting him settle off the gate, and then we'll be pressing the button when we need to.
All right, Tara's had one little crack with Majestuoso. I've had a little crack with Honolulu Bay. We're getting where we need to go here, team. We're on the right path. Question number 4. Tara, even though this is really a Clayton question, I'll go to you first, Tara. Is Acknow the moral he appears on the page? That's number 1. And number 2, and can Majestic qualify for final ID phase? That's Majestic Cruiser. Now, you would have looked at the points. It's very hard to assess what he'll need to do, but I think anything worse than top 4 and he won't qualify. So that's double trouble for you, Tara. What do you got for us?
Well, the first question, I think Acknow will lead all the way and be too good. I did find the $2.30 out wide. It's now $1.70, but you got an early shop. But I missed it the same as you. They did bet $2.50 Tuesday night.
Yeah, I didn't get any noties on that one, unfortunately. They tell me about it all the time. $2.50. Wow.
$2.30 is pretty good.
230s, 220's good.
Yeah. Okay. Majestic Cruiser. I think, yeah, you're pretty well right. It's got to run top 4, may scrape in on top 5. If they drive it a good drive, we'll get it into the final if it runs top 5, top 4 maybe.
Can it run top 4, top 5?
Yes, it can run top 4, maybe 5.
All right. It's not going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be easy out there because you've got Act now. If he leads outright, West Australian horse behind the leader. Wolf Stride's going well. 3 poles, easy run. I think Majestic Cruiser, Andy, is going to have to come either Weaver Passage or come 3 wide, no cover at some point. And when you've got the best 3 horses in the race outside of him dominating, that's Act Now, Expensive Ego, and Beyond Delight. Well, it's going to be hard.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard for him. And not sure he's going quite as good as he can go anyway. So even if he does get into the final, you'd have to improve a lot to be winning hope, in my opinion. But saying that, getting back to the other question, I think Act Now is probably, going really well, as we all know. But I wouldn't be surprised if Expensive Ego will give him a run for his money. He's getting out to pretty good odds now, Expensive Ego. And I think by the time the race goes around, you get out to better odds again. And I know it's hard to sit outside a really good horse in really good form, but the tempo might not be there. It just might be a 600-metre race, and it might go head and head down to the wire. So if I was betting, I'd have something on Expensive Ego.
If I was betting, because I didn't get the 250, the 230, the 220, the 210, or the $2 around Act Now, I'd have something small on Beyond Delight here, Clayton. It's going to be 1-1 behind Expensive Ego. And if he wants to go drilling Act Now, it's going to be beautiful for Beyond Delight. Talk us through it, your opinion.
Yeah, I think Act Now will be very hard to beat. I'm a little bit with you. I think, Beyond Delight's definitely a sneaky chance because he's going to have the perfect trip. I personally don't think it'll be a 600-metre race. I think Expensive Ego will go forward and try to control the race, but knowing Jody and knowing the horse, it won't be like MacDan at Ballarat where he sort of gets up and eyeballs him. Act Now is a freewheeler and, he'll be running some pretty handy sectionals through the middle, and I know everyone will be thinking that he'll want a soft run this week and all that sort of stuff because he's had 3 runs in a week, but trust me, the runs won't hurt him. And, I just don't know. Do you think the Black Prince will try to press him on the gate? I think we've got enough speed to hold him, but I just wasn't sure if he might try to get across us early because I knew in a Newcastle Mile he really smoked the gate one night.
My answer is no. We'll go around the panel. So Clayton Tonkin's doing his own burning questions, and I love this. This is actually adding something to the show. Drawn right next door. Act Now, big horse, strong horse. Even if he somehow gets ahead in front, he's never going to cross, I don't think, and it's just going to burn his chances. I don't think they'll do that, Tara. What do you reckon?
No, they may have a look, but and a serious look, so it probably could run the first 200 in 13 or something like that, which is a quarter to 26. But it's not going to do the Black Prince's chance of much good. No, I think Act Now will hold up and really won't have a hard burn early.
Andy, can we allay the fears of Clayton Tonkin? He's worried about an early burn. Can we tell him I'm saying there's no chance it's going to happen? Can you agree with me so that he can sleep tonight?
Well, it depends which Act Now gate speed, the Jody Pulling gate speed or the J-Bond gate speed. Depends who Robbie listens to. But I think, I think he might come out for a little look, but I doubt it. Yeah, I'd be surprised if it could cross it. He's very fast horse Act Now, and again, when he gets challenged too, a horse gets alongside him, all he wants to do is fight it off. So no, I think Act Now will be leading.
I might read my form comment from that night, and I don't think that Act Now does have close to light gate speed. He's very quick, and I said he was a future Grand Circuit horse, and I gave him anyway. It was nice to have a drive-by at the end of the night. I needed it. Right, last question of the burning questions before we get to best bets and our tips, early tips for both gates in this year's Inter Dominion. Clayton, will MacDan find front from where he's drawn out wide this week? And even if he does, you're a bit worried that Spirit of St. Louis can drill him from the breeze.
I'm not sure. He hasn't been showing as much gate speed the last couple of runs, and he's just been sort of flopping off the arm. But Pitty sort of hasn't had him pumped up like Nathan has them few times off the gate. So I think he's still got to amble. Like, he's going to come out, but even if he happens to lob outside him, I'm sure he'll be able to control Spirit of St. Louis. So, I think, if it'd be nice to be in front, but if we're in the breeze and Spirit of St. Louis comes, I'm sure, he's going to, he'll try to control the tempo a little bit.
Is he a really, really, really good horse? Because he's one of those horses for a punter. Every time you're on, he gets beaten, and every time you jump off, I'm only talking about me. I don't know what other punters are doing. He wins. But where do you like? Is he a really, really good horse?
Yeah, I think he's a very good horse. He's very underestimated because he's one of them horses that just gets the job done, all the time without being flashy. You'll see that, he wins the Mildura Cup sitting parked, and he just wins and wins the Horsham Cup, and he's won a lot of races, not by a big margin, and then all of a sudden you get other horses that have got a lot more brilliance and they get a lot more sort of recognition. But the horse has won 600 and something thousand, I think, and I think he's won 2 Group 1s, and he's got a great horse's credential.
Yeah, I'm worried that Emma's entered the room. We're talking about MacDan, and I might have said something negative, so I just want to apologise. And that, Kanye, is how you buy yourself some time. Andy, you've dropped in grade a little bit with, is that Gant or something you're wearing? I don't even know that brand. What's that?
It's the most expensive brand I wear, but it's probably not the most known brand.
I'm sorry, mate. Maybe I'm just not elite enough to know about Gant. I can only get to Dolce & Gabbana and Gucci and Armani. Your thoughts here with MacDan and Spirit of St. Louis. And there's another little horse we might go back to Clayton with in a moment who's flying through the series called Naratak Prince.
Yeah, obviously MacDan was terrific winning last start. And, he's in great form. Again, he's another one that's probably coming off not a lot of racing, so he's going to probably still get a little bit better throughout the series. And in the final, obviously, he's going to qualify. Spirit of St. Louis was, pretty good the other night. It sort of burned off the arm and burnt down the back and still pretty strong. It's probably, No Attack Prince is Savage Line in 2 of his 2 starts and probably going to be a dangerous horse, even if he does qualify, even though he's probably not proven at this level yet. But, you got to, what you see is what you get. And, he just really sort of thrives throughout the series. So it's a tricky little race with MacDan, but I still think, be able to control the race and still win in front of his biggest danger throughout the race and probably get the job done.
So how much did that polo cost? I virtually heard nothing of what you said because I'm just wondering how much that polo cost.
Yeah, probably a week's wage for you, J-Bon.
$29,000 for a polo shirt. That's incredible. Tara, your thoughts here, MacDan?
Yeah, the only little concern I got is I cast no shadow drawn inside him. Probably goes forward. By the way it ran the other night, you would think he'd be happy to hand up to MacDan. And MacDan's going to take a ton of beating from there.
I thought maybe Pete Said So might run the gate here and be there first. Well, Bonsal Benjamin might be there first, but I don't think he's going to try hard to hold anybody out.
I think most of them off the front row would be happy to hand up, I would think.
You would imagine. He should be the one to beat. Pete Said So, and my old mate Hawley, and he's just had no luck, unfortunately. Right, let's get to the best bets across the panel. Tara, Tom, Hogan, lay it on us. What's your best?
I go with Act Now, the best bet, and my next best is Majestuoso.
You know what? This is why you've been a great punter over the years, because Majestuoso has been unkind to you, and I'll tell you what, at different times been very unkind to me, but you stick fat, don't you, Tara? When the right race turns up, you just put that to one side. You put the heartache to one side, and you stick fat when the right race turns around. Yeah,
well, I think it really gets its chance this week. But anyhow, if we're wrong, we're wrong. We've been wrong before, and many times we've been right. So, that's punting.
I think about 85% right, 15% wrong. That's good enough. Clayton, your best bet?
Where's the goal?
Yes. You know what? I was naive and stupid enough when I was doing that the form for that race. Are you with Where's the Goal, by the way, Tara?
Yeah. Beg your pardon? No, it'll win.
Yeah. I was stupid enough to think with those other good horses in that race, they're going to give us a price. Surely they're going to give us a price. There's other ones that have done more. I'm going to get $3. I marked it $1.90, but I'm going to get $3, $1.55. Crying out loud.
Into $1.55, and it wasn't me.
So tell me where you rate Where's the Gold in the pantheon of your 3-year-olds, please, Clayton.
Yeah, he's a really nice horse. You know, he's not Captain Ravishing or anything like that. Not many are, but he's a very good horse. You'll see Saturday night where he measures up against these other ones, and you know, horses like his Son of a Gun and all that are real nice horses. And yeah, you'll see that. Saturday night he'll give him something to chase.
No, I'm well aware. Unfortunately, I can't punch him now because he's too short. Andy, your best bet, please. I feel like you're going to go out wide. You've got that look on your face. You've got that little sneaky smile, that little Irish Paddy Pig smile. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I'm going to go one of mine, but I'm not going to go with Majestuoso. I'm going to go with Pacifico Dream. No, he's sort of first up, but I think he can find the top. Try to go against you, Tom, and you too, Clayton, with Idyllic. I just think from the draw, I think he can find the top, and he's been in work a long time, and he's a quality horse. And if he didn't injure himself, he'd be going around the Dominion and probably been good enough to qualify for the final. So, yeah, going with Pacifico.
All right, I'm going to give you a little four-leg multi-pole. You put Kettle on wins, Clayton, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's easy. There's one down. I've already got the money for that. That's in the bank. Into Majestuoso, Act Now, and Where's the Gold? How easy's punting? I've virtually spent that money already. I'm going to buy something online. Early tips for both Gates and Gath. I want you to say Majestuoso for the trotters. Go on. Go on.
Down here, Majestuoso. I'm not making that up.
Madge for the final?
Sorry?
So Majestuoso, your tip for the trotters final?
Yep, an expensive ego for the paces. But I could pick 8 horses. It's
Clayton?
wide open.
No?
Yep. Act Now for the...
Wilring.
Yeah.
Yep. And Act Now. And a sneaky hope. You laughed at me when I said Narrowtack Prince a couple of weeks ago in the 4-year-old. And now you're saying how good he's going through the Interdome. I think he's half a sneak.
I coughed. I've been a bit sick. I didn't never laugh. That was... That's a cough. You know what? Your tips, but I've got one more question after this, Tara. Your tips for both the Pacers and the Trotters next weekend at Tabcorp Park, Melton.
I'll stick with Act Now at the moment at $6.50, but as I said, it'll get down to the barrier. For all the horses, it'll get down to the barrier, but $6.50 of the TAB is worth a little splash, and I'll go with Just Believe in the final of the Trotters.
I'll be going with
Also
Bolton.
gets one second. Also gets down to the barriers, of course, as well.
Don't worry, no one's going to get arrested here, Tara. If we get it wrong and the barriers stuff us up, we'll be back on next week. You'll be back on next week. We can talk through it. I'm going to go Bolt for brilliance. I think he might be a world above, though. I do have a very soft spot for Queen Elida, and I can't even look at Clayton when I say this. At the value, Narrowtack Princess is going to be my. But I want to hear this because I asked this of Gareth Hall and Dan Malecki this morning. Tara, if you could have shares in one Tonkin Stewart sit sprinter for the final, would it be Beyond Delight or Narrowtack Prince?
Beyond Delight.
Andy?
Narrowtack Prince. Pull so hard Beyond Delight.
I'll be with Narrowtack Prince as well, and I just want it on record. I never laughed. There was never a snicker. It's been great catching up, guys. Tara, you're a legend. Clayton, you're a legend as well. I think I heard your phone go, so you might have a plumbing gig. You might have to head off. You've done the horses for the day, so go and do some pipes. And Andy, look after that polo shirt. That's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, no, it is.
God bless you all. Round 3 of the intermediate. Oh, quickly, Clayton, are you going to be on course?
Not sure.
Well, wait. These are the burning questions. Clayton could answer every other burning question other than will I be at Beckley Park on Saturday night? It's not far away, Clayton. You're going to have to make your mind up because we want to interview you. That's been Burning Questions. A lot of fun as always. Hopefully we found you some winners.